Well, here they were live. They say you never get a second chance to make a first impression, but we're going to try and do that here right now. We're going to be sending out the invitation. Hopefully you guys will get this, and let's just try it out. My name is Peter Hartman. You're watching The Appreciationist, the pre-show. Well, kind of not the pre-show anymore. We're kind of well into it. Invites have been sent. Post a new link. I hear someone.
Yes, I'm here.
Hey, Valerie, you made it.
Yes. Boy, that was a tough one. Where's Sam?
So I'm trying to invite her. Let's see what's going on.
Oh, okay. Everybody's showing up. That's good.
Hopefully. So I just posted the new link for people to check out. Oh, Alex.
Hi, Alex.
His microphone's muted right now. I'm going to invite Sam specifically. Hopefully he should be able to come in.
Excuse me.
I'm going to invite William.
Oh, we lost Alex.
Oh, there he is. Yay! You did it!
Yeah, I'm on the wrong camera. What the hell?
Are you there? We can hear you.
He's on the backside camera. I know we've lost Sam. I hope we haven't lost Sam. What just happened? Someone just took a picture.
Yeah, I was trying to hit buttons to see how I can flip my screen.
What kind of phone do you have?
No, it's a tablet.
A tablet. Oh, well, how do you do it?
Surface Pro.
Oh, I have no idea how to do it with that.
Well, you probably the same as an iPhone. If you have something that has a picture of the camera, just touch the camera and I think it'll switch.
When you tap the screen, do you see any icons?
Hold on. Ah.
There we
go.
There we go.
Hey, Alex. Good to see you.
Hey.
Good to meet you.
Good to see you. Now I'm just trying to get... do you guys know if Dimitri was trying to come in? I didn't see him post anything.
I didn't see anything posted from him.
Okay, no worries.
But I didn't check everything. I was just going over. I tried the tablet, tried the computer, tried the phone, tried everything.
I appreciate the effort. My goodness.
I just couldn't see any notification every time. It just said all caught up, and I'm like, how could it be?
It's not our fault. I'm sure it's a technical problem because sometimes I get the invite and sometimes I don't.
I think it's a Google thing.
Where's Sam now?
She's not getting the invite now.
Oh no! What is it? It's like it's either Sam or us. That's not fair.
I don't know what's happening. Well, send the invite one more time. Talking about commitment. So you guys want to pick the joke of the week? No, I'm joking. Just trying to kill time here before the show starts.
What words do we have?
I remembered one of the words. I'm not sure if I'm right with the other one, but we have attraction and resolution.
Okay, that's good.
We're picking between those two. I'm going to try my darndest to get Sam back in here. I'm going to update the site for people out there. Live TV, folks. Live TV.
Yeah, that's it. You
Everything
don't get too many
can
of that out there anymore. Sorry. What did you say, Alex?
Nothing can ever go well live.
Yeah.
Well, that makes it interesting. That makes it, unpredictable.
I like it. I like when things are sort of up in the air. I don't know. I mean, this is not fun for people to watch, but I kind of like solving computer problems. Or trying to, anyway. Usually it makes me feel smart. Today, not so much.
I tried my speaker and it wouldn't work. And last time after I was on the show with you guys, I found a way to make the speaker work with my phone. And of course today it wouldn't work. I'm like, okay, back with the headphones.
It happens. Okay, so I mean, I'm certainly not going to hang up our call to get Sam back. Not that I don't care about her, and not that I'm not happy she's participating with the show, but I mean, really, what are we going to do? Wait, this is the question. Is 2 of you worth 1 of Sam?
Oh.
How can you put a...
You can always try a third time.
Say again?
You can always try a third time.
Hey, I just tried it again and again. Some will be fine. Some will be fine. I'll keep trying. There are people watching, and there are people on the show. What can we do? What do you guys say? I need you guys to let me off the hook because Sam is gonna stab me. Not stab me, but...
No, I think Sam would. Oh, I hate it.
I know.
I wish you could be there.
And everything's lagging.
I don't know if it has anything to do with the way that I found the notification. Maybe it's just because you sent it at the right time. But I had to on my phone. I just went to the top of it, and it's almost like it appeared when I touched the top of it. It's like almost there was a drop-down menu or something that I couldn't see before. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I have no idea if that's what it is or if.
Yeah, I have it here. I get the notification for the show too. I have it right here. I feel.
On Google Plus?
Yeah, on Google Plus. So there's a little bell if you're on Google Plus. Either the app or the website.
That's what I kept touching, and it there was nothing there. And then eventually, again, as I said, maybe it was the timing. I touched at the very top of it and then I saw actually 2 notifications for the show, which I couldn't see before. You too? Okay.
Yeah, I have 2 here now, and Sam. So we're at a delay of about a minute for the rest of the world. Sam just messaged us. She says, "No, you guys are way more important." So she's on your side. So we'll.
I disagree, but I understand. The show must go on.
The show must go on. So look, I'm going to try periodically as we're going through to invite her back and to invite other people back. So if you see me tapping away while you're talking, it's not because I'm not interested. It's just because I'm trying to do that. But you guys feel like starting the show?
Sure. Awesome.
Let's get to this. So we're talking about commitment today. The show's going to be starting in just a minute. We're going to go in the... so I'm going to have you guys introduce yourselves. So I'm going to introduce you. And who wants to go first with the moment of appreciation? Alex, do you know about the moment of appreciation?
No.
Okay, so we're just it's just a segment where we share a moment of appreciation over the past few days, the past week, over the holidays, something that happened that you enjoyed, something that you liked, anything at all. It could be as simple as a cup of coffee. It could be as complex as running for office, whatever it is. Just more appreciation. What we'll do is Valerie will go first, and then Alex will go second. That way you'll see how that goes. Is that cool?
And you still want us to introduce ourselves? I thought we had forgotten about that.
No, well, I'll introduce you, but Alex will introduce himself.
Okay.
Okay, so I'll point it out to you guys. Don't worry about it.
Okay, so did you say I'll go first for the moment of appreciation? I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
Okay, well, here we go. One last invite to everyone, and start the show. Okay, there we go. Where's my pen? Hi, my name is Peter Hartman, and you're watching The Appreciationist. Thank you very much for joining us. On today's show, we're talking about commitment. For this brand new year, commitment is going to be a wonderful topic for us to talk about. But before we go any further, let's introduce our friends in the room. First of all, my wonderful co-host, Valerie. How you doing?
Fine. Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year. Happy holidays. Good to see you. And good fine sir, would you like to introduce yourself?
Okay, I'm Alex. I've only been in Montreal for a couple months, and I've gone to this group, I guess, an obsessive amount of times in the live actual meetings since then, and I guess I finally got an opportunity to check out this Wednesday thing, so I'm looking forward to it.
Awesome, awesome. Really cool. I'm really glad that you're here. Yes, you've quickly become a regular member of our group. It's really nice to have you. Very insightful. Always wonderful to talk to you. I'm really glad you're on the show. So we're gonna jump right into it. You guys have been patiently waiting, and so I don't want to take too long to get through to that. What we're going to be doing is we're going to do a segment called A Moment of Appreciation, where we just share a moment of appreciation that happened over the past week. It could be since the last episode for the holidays. And I'm hoping that you have something good to say. I mean, if you went through all of Christmas and all of New Year's and you were just bummed out, we're going to have to give you a reason to be happy here today. But after a moment of appreciation, then we're going to move on to the joke of the week, where you can pick between two words to select the joke of the week. So either attraction or resolution. The word has nothing to do with what the joke is going to be. It's just a mechanism for us to pick the joke. So if you're watching, you can write a comment. You can pick either attraction or resolution. Whichever one you don't pick will be left over for next week. Then after that, we're going to be talking about our topic, commitment, and well, you know what? We have a new segment called commitment, but I think we'll save that for when Dimitri's here. So a moment of appreciation. We'll let Valerie go first. She'll take the lead. And Alex, you'll see how it's done. You'll see how a veteran gets it done. No pressure.
Okay, my moment of appreciation, it happened a couple of days ago, and actually today was the resolution of it. I have a new website, and I've been working on it since December, and I wanted a domain name that wasn't free, so I got that and everything. And Peter, as you know, I was looking for hosting. And you helped me a lot, actually, and so much so that I found an amazing deal, as you know. But it was really a really good deal because it's like, I don't know, $12 a year for hosting, and I realized today that it went up to like 4 times the price just today. So I got it 2 days ago, just at the right time, and so I was really, really happy with that. And when you gave me the idea of pointing my new domain to my old website, that made me save even more money because my website has many pages, and the deal that I had, I could only have 3 pages. Anyway, it's a bit complicated, but it's just an amazing deal, and so I'm really, really happy about that. And I have friends that know nothing about computers and that have small businesses that are doing well, but they've always wanted websites, and I know I'm going to be able to have them under me, and that I'm going to be able to share that good fortune with them, and I'll probably work on their website as well because I had fun doing mine, and now you can kind of do it pretty fast. So that's it. So I had a lot of fun with that, and everything, you know, worked today. So I was really, really happy with that.
Yay! That's really cool. Awesome. Yeah, I know we were talking about your websites, and you know, I can't take the credit. I just relayed the information that Tom gave me. He's our webmaster. He takes care of all that technical stuff. So really, really cool.
Well, thank you, Tom. Really, I mean, you guys saved me an awful lot of money. It's kind of weird the way I'm doing it. I don't think, you know, but you just found exactly where I was supposed to go and what I was supposed to do for me to get the best deal ever. So it's pretty amazing.
Really cool, really cool. And how was your Christmas and your New Year's?
It was pretty quiet. I only had things planned on the 25th, but I went to help family on the 24th, and I think helping them emotionally was important to me, and I'm glad it worked out. So I was happy about that, and I'm grateful for that. Otherwise, nothing planned for New Year's. I usually don't do much, so I was fine. I was cat sitting for a friend of mine, and that kept me busy because that cat is like 5 months old. So he was running all around the place with my cat. That sure kept me busy.
That's really cool. You know, you talk about a quiet Christmas and New Year's, and I just wish that that's what happened to me. You know, I just wish I could have just sort of relaxed and been kind of tame about it. But they're really cool. Thank you very much for sharing that with us. We're going to be talking more about what's going on with you and all that stuff. We're really excited about your website. I want to get on board with that. So thank you again. Alex, you have a moment of appreciation?
Sure. It keeps kind of lagging and cutting off a bit, but I guess since I only moved away from my parents' place, I guess like 8 months ago, and I've only gone back for like a weekend at a time on occasion. So the holidays was the first time that I spent like a week and a half back. And I kind of took the opportunity to pig out a bit, lots of video games, chocolate, stuff I don't normally do since, you know, like working on myself, so to speak. So since I got back this week, there's a gym right next to work, so I finally just went and signed up for it. I guess partially to make up for the holidays and just to get back into the groove of things since, you know, after I left Toronto, I moved to Montreal, and everything was hectic, and then it was the holidays, so I didn't have time to really do anything. So now that it's the new year, and this being commitment, I appreciate that I have a gym that's like a 2-minute walk away when it's like minus 40 tonight. So.
Oh, that's right. Oh, wow, you picked really a really interesting time to commit to going to the gym. I don't even want to step outside to go to the grocery store, but at least you're only 2 minutes away. That really helps. Really cool. I'm really glad that you're getting in on that. We're going to be talking about commitment here today, and maybe even New Year's resolutions and things like that. That's always a lot of fun. Do you like when the new year comes around where you're sort of like refocused on sort of, do you feel like the new year gives you a good excuse to feel emotionally good about starting over, like refreshing yourself? Or is it all the same? It could be June, it could be New Year's, you're ready anytime.
Well, June's my birthday, so that's even better.
Oh, okay, I see. I get that. That works. Awesome. Well, really cool. You guys are sharing your moments of appreciation, and I really appreciate that. Did you have anything else you want to add to that, Alex?
No.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much for sharing that. You did very well. I could tell you a bunch of things for my moment of appreciation. I didn't even write something down because there was just so much that happened. The holidays were really a lot of fun, very hectic, but got to spend time with the family, the new baby, playing games. If you follow me on Facebook, you saw me dancing to Just Dance on the Wii. Just having a blast, having a fun time. I got actually drunker than I've been in a long time. Really drunk. I mean, it was really fun. Anyway, I got new lights, I got gifts, I got all kinds of cool stuff. So much excitement going on. So, you know, I could tell you guys about my moment appreciation, but before I do, I really have to let you know Sam's moment of appreciation, because I know I'm going to forget. She says that her moment of appreciation is that she was able to get her father down for Christmas. So I don't know if you guys were aware, but there was this Indiegogo campaign to get him to come down, and she was able to do that. So it was really cool. I know she was a little down, but we were able to work that out. So she was really excited about that. And her second moment of appreciation is she's super excited about the event that she is organizing, her and her co-organizer, for this weekend, the 10th and the 11th. It's called the Healthy Active Lifestyle Expo. If you guys haven't seen that on our meetup pages, definitely go check that out. You can go to halexpo.com. That's HAL, halexpo, EXPO.com. And we're having just tons of speakers. There's interest from the press. There's sponsorship and all that stuff going on. So she's really working her butt off. She's she works hard for us, but she's really working her butt off, and really excited about that. I'm going to be actually presenting at that event as well as Sam. So really looking forward to going out there. So she's really excited about that, and she says to. Okay, other stuff. Yes, my moment of appreciation. I actually spent a lot of this holidays working. Actually, not working on my stuff, but actually working at a job, like, freelance work, video editing, and all that stuff. And it was actually really fun to get back in the groove of things, to really have this expectation of working every day. And the boss that I work for, he is super nice. He's the one who gave me this. I don't know if you guys think that I look brighter now, but I have this giant spotlight that's just pointing at me. If I actually point my phone at the screen, you'll see how bright. Hang on. Whoa, there, you see how bright that is.
Wow.
So I'm really happy about that. I'm finally going to be making the videos that I want to make, so I'm really excited for the new year. There's so much more that I want to say, but let's just get into the conversation. Or rather, before the conversation, the most important part of what we're doing here, or the second most important part, is the joke of the week. You guys ready for the joke of the week?
Yes.
Okay, so we're going to be picking between attraction and resolution. Attraction and resolution. Which one do you guys vote for?
Go ahead, Alex.
Resolution.
Ah.
All right, I agree.
Oh yeah, were you gonna pick that, or are you being agreeable?
Well, actually, honestly, my very first idea was attraction when you first showed it to me, and then as I was speaking, I used resolution, so I was gonna go with resolution.
I see. Okay, good. Okay, here we go. Here's the joke of the week. Okay, so this one's very short. It's very sweet. You guys ready for it? When I was young, I used to pray for a bike. Then I realized that God doesn't work that way. So I stole a bike and prayed for forgiveness. Oh, I love humor like that.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
A nice little joke to get us started. Just before we get to the topic of commitment, I want to let you guys know about this wonderful app and website that Sam made me aware of. It's a site called 7 Cups of, and I just spaced on
Tea.
7 Cups of Tea. Yeah, 7 Cups
Yeah.
of Tea. It's actually a very interesting site where you can go and find people who are willing to listen to you express yourself. So you can be dealing with something and you need a shoulder to cry on or an ear to listen. And you can go to the site, and I think you can chat. I think you might be able to call. Very interesting site. You guys want to check that out at 7cupsoftea.com. You can also find that on the App Store, 7 Cups of Tea. Download that, and Sam is on there. You can see her profile. I think she's posted it on her page, so you guys want to check that out. Very interesting. Would you ever use a site where you go to the site and you just sort of talk to some stranger to just have emotional support? Would you ever do something like that?
I've already gone on. I've been on the site already. I even passed their. They have like a listener training, so you can actually listen to people. Because I love that shit. That's the best.
That is so cool. And did you like it? Do you like your experience on the site?
Yeah, I mean, you can't tell when you start listening to someone if they're just some like internet troll who wants to like pretend to have fake issues. So you have to start every conversation with skepticism, which I don't like, because if they actually have issues, then you want to walk on eggshells. But it's been interesting.
I just really love the concept. Val, would you use a site like that?
I think so. Actually, I went on, and then something else came up, and I kept it on my screen, and I didn't do anything. I just went on the homepage, and that's all I did with it. But I have Sam's email to make sure that I go back on it. So now that Alex has talked about it, I really want to check it out. I think so. I mean, I usually call my friends if I need to talk or whatever, and when I can't find them, when they're not available, then I usually take it as a sign that I have to deal with it myself, and usually it works out really well. But knowing this now, I think I would really like to try. I think so. Actually, I went on, and then something else came up, and I kept it on my screen, and I didn't do anything. I just went on the homepage, and that's all I did with it. But I have Sam's email to make sure that I go back on it. So now that Alex has talked about it, I really want to check it out. I think so. I mean, I usually call my friends if I need to talk or whatever, and I'm
pretty sure we're having the same conversation over. Is that it?
I can't find them when they're not available. Then I usually take it as a sign that I have to deal with it myself, and you not really.
Is that just me, or am I hearing the same conversation over again?
Oh yeah, I am too.
Okay, a quick test. Valerie, can you hear me?
Yeah, I could hear myself too.
I was like, what is he doing? Okay, Alex, you can hear me? Okay,
Yep.
Just quick pause. Dimitri, I put you on mute. Can you hear me? Dimitri? Maybe there's a delay. It's very strange. Okay, I'm going to keep him on mute there. But Valerie, so yeah, you would actually seem to me as somebody who would be like Alex, a good listener on the side. Would you ever do something like that? Like
yeah, I think I would definitely like to do that, and I'm glad that he gave tips, because you're right. Maybe I wouldn't have thought that it could be just about anybody, and so you have to, you know, walk on eggshells, I'm sure. So I'm thank you for the tip on that. I think it'll be interesting.
Yeah. And what's most difficult is because you're not supposed to give advice, right? Like, it's just, you're supposed to be like a shoulder for people sort of to cry on, or a listening ear. But it's so tempting when you hear someone like say something and you're like, oh, I kind of have a really good idea of what you could do.
Yeah.
But you want to like let them realize their options so they come to the conclusion on their own. So that's like the hardest part, I think.
I can't wait to try it, really, because I really want to learn to listen more, definitely. So I want to do that.
You know, and the more you guys say that, the more I think that that's something that would be good training for me, listening. When I go to this event, Afra is going to be speaking at this event. She was speaking at our, Afra Tucker spoke at our Happy for a Change event. She's also presenting at this HAL Expo, the Healthy Active Lifestyle Expo. And Sam is doing community discussion. And I have to like remind myself when I go and attend their events, don't take over, don't talk, just listen. And so maybe going on the site might be some good training for that. Just so you know, if you guys ever come across sites like that or apps like that, please let me know. It drives me crazy that something like that existed and I didn't know about it. And
yeah.
Despite how much I go and hunt online, you can't find everything. So really, really cool. You can share that with us on Twitter at Appreciationist, or you can also find us at on our Facebook page. But look, all that stuff is beside the point right now, because I want to talk about commitment. Are you guys making any commitments? I know, Alex, you made a commitment for the gym for this new year. Are you guys making any other commitments for the year? You guys adopt New Year's resolutions? Are you those types of people?
Nope, I don't.
No. Alex,
I do it more like on a, you know, like day-to-day stuff. It's really, that's how it is.
I like that. So January 1st, nothing special, just another day.
Absolutely. I forgot it was January 1st even.
Oh, that sounds so luxurious. Oh my goodness. All the stress that people are in, I completely forgot. What about you, Alex? New Year's resolution?
Well, like my plan for the gym and stuff was built more around like holidays passing and having free time to myself, where like when I knew I had like a couple weeks to spend somewhere else and I couldn't control my food and like the gym is closed on certain days and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I didn't think of it like a New Year's resolution, but I think Sam might have posted something on Facebook that it's like just another good excuse to start over. It's not necessarily, or someone, I found some kind of post on Facebook that said something along those lines, that it's not like a New Year's resolution, it's just another good excuse to
exactly
do that.
No, that was Sam's post. She posted that. It was actually a really cool idea. You can do it at any time. I don't believe in New Year's resolutions as this thing that you have to do and the stress that you have to put on yourself. But I do like just having an excuse to do it. And if it's January 1st that gets you there, or your birthday that gets you there, or a new job that gets you there in a new city, whatever it is, just give yourself an excuse. I'm not a person who celebrates holidays or anything like that, but it's cool to use it as a point of focus if you want to, just like a game, you know. Sometimes I play a game as a point of focus. And but I want to talk about New Year's resolutions because one of the things that we talk about, or one of the things that I say in our group is, why make a New Year's resolution for the whole year, right? You get 3 weeks into January and then now you're discouraged. Why not just make a New Year's resolution for the week or for the day, and then the next day you make another resolution? Because that way your resolutions don't become stale. One of the discrepancies, one of the misunderstandings that people have is what a decision actually is. They think a decision is me, I'm just deciding right now to do it. But a decision is actually a sustained pattern of behavior over time. A sustained pattern over time, that's a really true decision. So instead of making a New Year's resolution saying, I'm going to do this thing for the whole year, why not just say, I'm going to do it today, and then I'm going to do it tomorrow, and I'm going to do it the week after, and so on and so forth, as opposed to putting the pressure on yourself. What do you guys think about the pressure that comes with commitment?
I like, well, when we started doing it with Dimitri, I like the 1 week at a time thing. I mean, during the holidays, it was more of a one day at a time.
Mm-hmm.
So I kept switching from one to the next, you know. But I think the whole, like, doing it 1 week at a time, like sticking with one commitment, I like that. Yeah, it's almost like you're trying it, and then the repetition of it is good.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. What about you, Alex? The pressure of a commitment. Do you ever feel that way?
Yeah, I mean, I've done a few things where it's like, yeah, I'm going to do this for like 90 days now. I'm going to do this for 2 weeks or whatever. And I've gotten like 4 days into it, and it's like, well, you know, even when you want to, but like some part of life comes up and stops you, because you set yourself up for a certain amount of time to do like so many days in a row or whatever. As soon as one hiccup comes, you kind of like, it's over, I have to start over, I'm back at day one again. Like if you're looking, you know, to do anything for an extended period of time, that's why I kind of like, and that sort of gives you an excuse sometimes too, because you're like, oh, well, I can do this in like a month, so I don't have to start now. But I feel like the fewer days you commit to, the better. Like, it's just, this is what I'm going to do today, and this is what I'm going to do tomorrow. It's so much easier to keep that, and that leads to that, you get it consistent, you have a few steps at a time that leads to like the greater and greater change instead of overcommitting and feeling failure and dropping everything.
I completely agree. I love that word, overcommitment, right? I think most people, when they make their commitments, they tend to overcommit. If you recognize that you have a difficulty doing something over, let's say, a long time, well, don't set that commitment for yourself as though you're like, I don't know, not challenging or daring yourself, but as though you're like, what's the word? I just had it. It just slipped my mind. But you don't want to set yourself such a giant leap that the act of doing it, the idea of doing it, is discouraging. You want to set yourself a challenge that is encouraging, a challenge that is just a little more than what you've done before, but not so great that that you have too much worry. And so I think about when I was a kid, and well, I still do it today. You know, you ever like when you're a kid, you remember like jumping off stairs, and first you jumped off one stair, then two stairs, and then you tried to jump off 4 stairs. Have you ever done that?
Yep.
Well, I remember like just trying to go up, and my friends would go higher and higher, and you just go to the step that is suitable to you, but you don't go to the 15th step and jump down because you're trying to make this big jump, make this incremental change. I tell a story about the gentleman who did tightrope walking across Niagara Falls. Well, he didn't go from practicing in the gym to go into Niagara Falls. He had this incremental advancement, this progression over time. And that's what I want to talk about in terms of commitment. I want people to make their commitments not because of the goal that's going to be achieved, but because of the setting a commitment gives you an excuse to actuate that habit, to actualize that habit, to create a persistent level of behavior. And like Alex says, I think if you take it one bite at a time, a shorter step, then you're going to actually be encouraged. Like if I tell you, I need you to come up with a business idea to make $1,000 by next month, that's troubling. But if I say, by the end of today, can you figure out a way to make 50 cents? Well, that's a small bite size. You might think, well, what's the point of doing that? Well, the point of doing that is the mental exercise that's required to figure out, how do I make 50 cents? How do I make $1 today off of something that I've never done before, off of something that I've never sold before, or something like that? And that little bit of challenge puts like a drop in your bucket. And then when you put another drop and another drop and another drop, then you turn around and you realize you've got a bucket full of water, and you can quench that thirst, as opposed to setting this huge challenge for yourself. So that being said, I actually do like setting big challenges just for the fun of it. Have you guys ever done that for yourself? You set a big goal, but you're not that serious about it.
No, I don't think I've ever done that.
Oh,
Never even thought of it.
Interesting.
Well, like I have a big goal, but it's like, the way I always see it is I use the big goal as kind of like motivation to take the baby steps. So it's like, man, it's going to be really amazing when I'm at the end, but let's just look at the next couple of like checkpoints as like my goal and not at the end goal.
Definitely. Yeah, absolutely. I think it was Jack Canfield, who did a seminar called Dream Big, I think it was called. And I kind of like that idea where set yourself, just for the fun of it, set yourself a dream that is so big that it stimulates you emotionally, but that you're not setting yourself the challenge that you have to get it. So when I go to bed at night, I go into a fantasy world in my head every single night before I go to sleep. Sometimes I'm there for a few minutes, sometimes I'm there for an hour. And I just imagine the biggest dream that I could possibly imagine. But I never set myself up in my mind this expectation that I have to achieve it. I'm just playing around with the idea. And what I found was, if you sit down and you try to visualize meeting a lover or getting a job or something that's immediate and that really concerns you, when you try to think about it, you might get down. But if you think about something that is so wild, like owning your own island, it's so wild that, you know, if you don't get it, I mean, who cares? The dream is so big. And then you have fun playing with it. When you go into your imagination to visualize it, then you don't have this other voice that says, oh, but it's not possible. Because that voice is, of course, it's not possible. Who cares? So it's like this fun exercise. And I like to encourage people to develop a dream, a fantasy world in your head that anytime you're standing in line, anytime you're down, anytime you're bored, anytime you go to bed, you can go to this place that is sort of free of inherent resistance. You're not resistant to the idea because your level of expectation is like through the roof. It's like it doesn't really apply. Can you find any joy or fun in imagining something that is so big that you probably won't achieve it? Can you find joy in that?
Can I mention something, because I just realized something. It is really interesting that when you said, have you thought of like setting a really big goal, and no, because I don't see. I mean, I do like you do. I dream like crazy. I have stories in my head. I have whole relationships. I have whole worlds, and I use that all the time. But it's amazing that I never think of it as goals. That is I don't know, that is a big awakening for me, that I don't see it as a goal, though I still think it's possible. But it's funny, it's not a goal, because when I do it, when I dream, when I visualize like crazy, it's for the fun of it. It really is for the fun of it, for the emotion that it gives me right now, and for the challenge of how can I take it higher or further, or, I mean, it's really, how can I get a higher, I don't know, a better feeling? Can I get higher? Can I get a high?
Yeah.
But I never. It's funny that it just doesn't register as a goal for me. It really doesn't.
That's very interesting. So you sort of you associate the idea from your actual experience. Me, I think about this big dream, and I use it in terms of direction. I am not likely to achieve it, but it is in line with my day-to-day behavior. So I actually find that very interesting, that you imagine these fantastical things, but you have no interest in moving yourself in that, like in real world, moving yourself in that direction.
I am in a way, just by imagining it and visualizing it. This is how, to me, this is how I'm getting closer, because I'm doing it emotionally. So that's and yeah, I don't know. It's funny. Yeah, it's very interesting. I'm gonna have to explore that more.
Yeah, that's very cool. We'll have to unwrap that. I'm very curious about there. It seems like there's something interesting there. What about you, Alex? Can you imagine something that's so big and still get joy from it, even if your level of expectation's not there?
I can't say it's something I've done a ton, I guess, but there's certain things where I'll imagine myself in a situation that seems, and I'd like be like in these shoes and do this or that. And at first it was kind of just like a fantasy kind of, but sort of as I work, it's kind of like, hey, I might not be able to accomplish that exactly, but I feel like I'm working towards a similar kind of goal, and I can accomplish the same thing in like a realistic extent, instead of like this fantasy, maybe like changing the whole world kind of concept. But it's like, maybe I can change the world in a smaller bubble, but still kind of accomplish the same kind of thing.
Absolutely. What you're referring to is the essence of life. We have big goals, we have small goals, whatever it is, but the only reason we're pursuing those goals are for the essence, the essential that comes out of there. And so if you can make a big change and feel really good, or you make a small change in the world and feel really good, the essence of it is that you want to feel your worth, you want to feel your value. And any way that you can get that, there's no wrong way, whether it's a big dream or a small dream. I completely agree with that. Here's what I'd like to say. I used to talk about this before. It didn't get much traction, so we'll see how it goes now. But I imagine things as big as I can for the exercise of stretching my consciousness. I don't know if that makes sense to you, but the more patterns you become familiar with, the more connections you make, the more stories you tell, the more input you have, the greater your consciousness is. And here's the fun part. When you start thinking about something so big and you become familiar and familiar and familiar to the point where you can think about it and it doesn't stress you out, you can think about it and it brings you great joy, and it stretches what you expect, it stretches your limit of expectation. It makes, now hear this, it makes what was your previous level of expectation, it makes it easier to attain. It makes it easier for you to expect the smaller normal things in your life when you've gotten so used to imagining the big things. You know what I mean? Does that make any sense?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
I remember. Sorry, go ahead.
No, please go.
I remember you saying that I don't know, months ago, and I took it. And when I do my meditation, and when I can go that far, because I can't always do that, but when I feel like it's possible for me that day, I'll do that, and I just keep thinking of the word beyond, and I really took it from you, from that theory that you just gave us. And what I do is I go as far as I want to go, and then I take it further, and I imagine space, or I imagine, that everything is possible, and so I expand like crazy, and it feels wonderful. It just feels wonderful because it's just you feel yourself opening up.
Absolutely, absolutely. I keep remembering the scene. You guys ever watch Lord of the Rings?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I hope so, because I didn't want to say goodbye to you guys as friends. Lord of the Rings.
Oh, that's a deal breaker. Okay,
that's a deal breaker.
Come on, people, you better know.
There's a scene in Lord of the Rings where Sam, who's accompanying Frodo, they're leaving the Shire. They're leaving the Shire to go on their adventure. And at a certain point, Sam stops and he looks at the ground, and Frodo says, like, what's happening? And he says, if I take one more step, I will have gone further than I have ever gone from home. Now, here's the thing. I'm using Lord of the Rings as a story. I'm sure the principle is sound. You guys can understand the principle, but I like the Lord of the Rings. Sam, he eventually goes all the way to Mordor, meaning when he comes back home, to go the same distance that he went before and pause is nothing to him now. He can cross that line way easier. His level, the boundaries of experience have been stretched so that his previous bubble is nowhere, the walls aren't there, the limitation isn't there. You understand what I mean?
Yeah,
so
I like the image.
Yeah, so let's say you're going to, I went on vacation for the first time, I think it was like 5 or 6 years ago with Sam, and it was absolutely nerve-wracking. I was afraid of not going to enjoy it. I went there. It was really outside of my comfort zone. But the second time I went, it was much easier. And the third time I went, much easier. And the fourth time I went, much easier, because I became so comfortable with the stretching those boundaries that now doing the same thing didn't have the same impact, meaning it didn't have the same resistance. And so I love that scene in Lord of the Rings where I see him, he's just standing there looking at the ground saying, if I take one more step, and I know not only will he take one more step, he's going to go further than anyone has ever gone, and when he comes back to the Shire, he's a big man on campus. You know what I mean? He's like ready and set. And so I really love committing to something that is really big without the expectation that I have to achieve it, for the exercise of stretching my consciousness, of stretching my imagination. Because when I stretch my imagination so far, when it comes to imagining how to solve a computer problem, when it comes to imagining how to deal with an argument, it's so much easier because I've stretched myself so much further. So that's where I see the value of commitment. Not in that you have to do it, but the pleasure, the joy, the excuse that it can provide you. That make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think where what we were talking about earlier with taking these smaller steps too, because it gets to a point where you'll step slightly outside your comfort zone, and you'll do that until that becomes your comfort zone. So you have to step a bit farther to expand your comfort zone, and that's like how you grow. Eventually, what was really uncomfortable is now like whatever. So come in, because it might be really hard to run across your comfort zone, but it's not that hard to just step a little bit out of it and move it bit by bit.
Absolutely, absolutely. I was talking with Sam just the other day, and actually I had this conversation with a few people over the holidays. They want to do something that they've never done before. Okay, it could be public speaking, it could be organizing an event, it could be anything, or starting a website, whatever it is. And then they'll say something like this. Tell me if you've ever heard yourself say this or someone else say this. Well, I would do it, but only if I felt comfortable first. And I told them, look, everyone, it doesn't matter what level of society you're at, everyone feels the way you feel right now. That nervousness, that I'll give you a better example. I was watching Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee. It's this web series that Jerry Seinfeld is doing on the internet. Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee. He goes around with comedians and he gets coffee, and they talk about what it's like to be a comedian and that whole life. Now, what's interesting is that Jerry Seinfeld, he says, he still gets nervous before he goes on stage. Now, think about that a second. This guy is made. He's a made man. He never has to do anything ever again in his life, but he still gets nervous when he goes on new shows. He's been in front of thousands of people, but so what? He still gets nervous when he does it because you're feeling nervous relative to your new position. There's always going to be where you want to go that is unfamiliar, outside of your comfort zone, and where you have been, which is familiar. And even if you got, so I told Sam, if you got $100 million, you would become comfortable with $100 million, and then you would become dissatisfied because when you have $100 million, now you're in a different bubble. Now the people who are above you have a $500 million or $1 billion. And it doesn't matter that one day you used to only have 50,000 because now you're in this new strata, you're in this new zone, and now the pressure is on again. You become a public speaker and you talk in front of 50 people and you're nervous. You go, okay, I did that, now I feel better. But now you go in front of 1,000 people and now you're nervous again, just like you were the first time because it's relative. You've reached this new position, but now your feelings are relative to that place. So what I'd like to say is, why do people put this sort of responsibility on themselves to feel comfortable first? I have to know first before I do it, instead of just taking an incremental step into their discomfort, knowing that that's the only way anyone ever does it. I know I used a lot of words. Did that make any sense?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's strange. People they need to feel comfortable first. I need to know that I could do it first. And I say, well, show me somebody who feels that way. Show me someone who knows 100% before they do something. Everybody is nervous, at least if they're doing something that's worthwhile. I feel like if you're not doing something that makes you feel a little bit nervous, that you're not actually growing to the degree that you want to grow. Like you should, on a regular basis, it doesn't have to be every day, but it should be at least every month, I think. You do something that gets you outside of your comfort zone just a little bit. It could be a big step or a small step. So, for example, this Friday I'm going to do karaoke. Terrified by doing karaoke, but who cares? Let's go outside of my comfort zone and go do it. Maybe that's my level of commitment, karaoke. I think that's as far as I'm willing to imagine with something like that.
Yeah, with alcohol or without?
With alcohol, I mean, are you kidding? Do people do karaoke without alcohol?
Right, yes.
People who are
I've done it with alcohol, but I've never done it without alcohol.
You know what? That's interesting. You know what? That's very interesting. Maybe I should try it without alcohol, at least the first song. Oh, damn you, Alex, for challenging me. Okay, I'm gonna do it.
That's it. He's putting it a bit further now.
That's right. Okay, before I have my first drink, I'm going to do my first song. Ah, damn it! I feel nervous already. Okay.
Yeah, but imagine how the next ones are going to be so much easier.
Let's hope. Let's hope. You were saying, Alex?
That much more fantastic when you know it's going to be even more uncomfortable. It's exciting.
There you go. There you go. I got to take my own advice, don't I? Look, it's 8:07. I have no idea how long we've been on. We started late, but I had a very fun time with you guys. You guys had fun so far?
Yes.
Really cool. So normally, well, I was going to say normally the show starts on time and we have no technical problems, but that's a lie. That's a very big lie. You can go look at our past episodes and that'll prove it to you. What should our words be for next week for the joke? So we used resolution today, so that's gone. We have attraction competing against which word? Oh wait, I'm sorry. Okay, go ahead.
Discomfort.
Discomfort. That's actually very interesting. You're a very interesting guy. Discomfort. I would have never in a million years thought about that. And it might seem strange to choose discomfort, but that's the point, isn't it? Choosing discomfort. Man, Alex, really cool. We got to get together and go for a drink. Or maybe just karaoke, I don't know. Look,
both.
Yeah, maybe both. Look, we're going to end the show right now. I want to thank you guys so much. For those of you who missed the stumbling blocks beforehand, there's going to be a duplicate, another video. Sam is on that one. We talked there. If you want to see her pretty face there, you can go check her out. But before I let you go, I got to ask you guys. So we have a segment. This is the last segment. It's very quick. It's called What's for Dinner? And you can tell me what you're going to be eating tonight for dinner, or you can tell me something that you ate recently that was really good.
Oh, it's true. I forgot about that.
So I'll go first. I'll give you guys time to think. I've been having a hankering for burgers, so I finally made my burgers. Delicious burgers with avocado, tons of garlic, 10 years aged cheese on a nice Kaiser roll. I made my own special sauce with mayos, cayenne pepper, and all that stuff. Mixed it all together. I'm actually making myself hungry right now thinking about it. Delicious burgers. You guys would have been jealous for sure. I should have taken a picture. What's for dinner?
Go ahead, Alex.
Okay, I guess I can do something from the holidays. So my background is Romanian, and usually the kind of food we make around the holidays and stuff is cultural. So my parents we always make cabbage rolls. Cabbage rolls are good, and that's fine. But my parents make this, it's kind of like, I guess the closest thing it could be to a Canadian kind of food is like a potato salad, but everything is really like roughly chopped, and there's all these like vegetables and chicken and stuff in the salad, and then on top there's just like a layer of like homemade mayonnaise, and sometimes we'll put like olives or other things on top, and it's just this fantastic salad. It always tastes exactly the same. Like it's like there's so many things in it that the flavor, but it's so good as a side, and I can't compare it to anything else, and I would never make it at home because it takes them like half a day to make it.
Oh my goodness. Isn't that wonderful when your family, when your parents or something make food that is so like tied to the family experience that you can't recreate it, you can't buy it anywhere else? It's almost bittersweet because I know like I have something like that in my family, and I know one day I won't have it anymore, and just the idea is kind of very interesting to me. What is it called in Romanian, or what's the word for it?
Oh, it's salată de biof. So it's like salad of, man, I'm terrible at my own language. Something to do with eggs or something.
Cool. I'm sure somebody out there knows what that is. That sounds really tasty, really cool. Valerie, what's for dinner?
Well, you know me. I'm gonna be the boring one every week. I can bet, unless I go to a restaurant, and I haven't been in one in a while. So I'm having roasted chicken that I bought at the grocery store. I have vegetables in my fridge, but I know I'm not gonna do anything with them tonight. Probably will do something with them tomorrow. So I know I'm just gonna have chicken, and I have a sweet tooth, so I know I'm gonna end up with bread, butter, and chocolate. That's gonna be it. I know it's awful, but that is often what my meals are.
That does not sound awful.
I love vegetables. I just don't like to cut them. It drives me nuts.
I completely get that. No, it doesn't sound nuts to me. It sounds really cool. And you can't be more boring than me. I eat the same thing every week for like, I don't know, 2 months or something.
Well, probably more, but it sounded great every time, though. I really want to try this piggy of yours, so it's just, you know.
It's so good. I almost can't think about it right now, but I got to make those burgers. Anyway, thank you guys very much for sharing for what's for dinner. If you're out there, and for you guys as well, if you're eating something between now and the next show that's really cool, snap a picture of it and tweet it out to us, share it with us on Facebook or anywhere that you want using the hashtag Appreciationist. So take your picture of your food if you want to, only if you want to, if there's some foodies out there. I want to thank you guys so much for participating. You guys really made the show what it is. I'm really glad that you were here. I know we had to sacrifice Sam for it, but honestly, I think it was a worthy trade. I hope you guys have a wonderful evening. Thank you.
Bye. Thanks.
Bye.
Wonderful. You guys made the effort for that. That made me feel really cool. I am going to let you guys know real quick what's coming up for this week. So like I mentioned, this weekend, January 10th and 11th, there's the Healthy Active Lifestyle Expo. Alex, you're welcome to stay. Just so you know, you're also welcome to go. It's up to you.
I'll stick around for now.
I'm just doing my rundown. So January 10th and 11th, there's the Healthy Active Lifestyle Expo. You can find information about that at hellexpo.com. There's a bunch of talks happening from morning till night, all kinds of activities, yoga, food, conversations, discussions, all that good stuff. You definitely want to go check that out. A lot of the people in our group who do things professionally, they're going to be here. After Tucker, who spoke at our last event, is going to be at this event. I'm just telling you, you have to come and check this out this weekend, January 10th and 11th, hellexpo.com. On January 15th, we have a community discussion called Raising Consciousness. It's going to be at the Chai Tea Lounge. January 17th, there's for Happy for a Change, Let's Make an App. It's going to be our third brainstorming session. On January 22nd, we're having another community discussion that's Your Future Self. And you definitely want to go and check those out real quick because I think they're almost full or maybe full. So join the waiting list for that. And of course, every Wednesday, next Wednesday, another episode of The Appreciationist live, technical poems, and all that. It was a lot of fun. Samantha, thank you very much for trying to get on board. I hope that you can join us for the next show. You made the effort, so that's really cool. And thank you to everybody out there who's been watching and supporting us. This is going to be a really fun year. We're going to be really growing the show and doing a lot of good things. We're going to make it easier for you to watch, easier for you to get on, and all that good stuff. But for now, have a nice night. Go eat something good. Compliment the stranger. Commit yourself to something really great and big. Stretch your imagination and have a lot of fun. I don't want to come on offline. It's been like weeks since I've done this, Alex, and I'm just sort of so excited to stay online here. My goodness, the holidays were so hectic. You know, I didn't sleep last night. I didn't sleep last night at all. I just stayed awake until 10 this morning. It was like after hours without the fun. But here we are. And you sent me a message. I hope we have a chance to get together soon. We can go for a drink or something like that. It'll be fun to talk to you. You seem very insightful. And if you ever come across any other sites like Seven Cups or anything like that, please let me know. I'm always excited about those things.
Yep.
Anything you want to add?
Nothing in particular.
Nothing in particular. Just shooting the breeze, chit-chatting. Okay, that's cool. What are you going to do now?
For this week, I'm still going to do my workouts indoors because it's even too cold to go out across the street to the gym. So I'm going to pull out my yoga mat and do something. I do like a mix of something between like yoga, body weight exercise, like high-intensity cardio. I kind of just mix it up as I feel like it.
That's really cool. I like that ad hoc. That's the way I like to do it. Really cool. That's awesome. Me, I'm going to be eating some burgers. I mean, just that what's for dinner thing just gets me hungry every single time we do that. And I can almost taste the delicious garlic. Sam says I put too much garlic in my food, and I think I don't put enough. I mean, I shouldn't really see anything except a mound of garlic, I think. I want a garlic apple. But that's it for us for now. Are you coming to the community discussion on the 15th?
15th? Which one's that?
It's pull it up here. Raising Consciousness, I think it is.
I'm pretty sure I signed up to everything.
Awesome. Well, I just want to let you know if you signed up, if you didn't sign up and it's a waiting list, just come anyway. You're always welcome.
Thank you.
Did you get any good gifts?
Usually,
Did you get any good gifts this holiday season?
I got a bunch. Okay, so I had a thing at the airport. I got a bunch of like some hair gel and some other stuff from my sister, and a bunch of like face products and stuff, whatever. And I accidentally packed in my carry-on, and I've never had liquids of any kind on me, so I freaked out and I trashed everything. It was like $100 in products.
Oh my goodness. Well, hopefully she'll never find out that happened. So.
No, I totally told her, but she doesn't. She understood. Like at an airport, you never know what. Like they'll pull you over and check your stuff and waste your time.
Yeah, I get that. I get that. I got this beautiful bright light, so I can finally do some nice videos. So I'm looking forward to doing that. And I got some sweaters and all that good stuff. I've just been having a blast. Oh, maybe I'll mention this next show. I know. I'll save it. Look, that's it for me. Thank you very much, Alex, one more time.
Yep.
Have a nice night. Take care.
Yep, you too. Bye.
Thank you very much, Valerie. Thank you, Dimitri, for trying to come online. I know you tried to do there. You were frozen there. I don't know what was going on, but I really appreciate that you tried to come online. Beatty, I know you're out there on vacation having a fun time in Costa Rica. I'm going to go check out your pictures right now. I hear you're having a lot of fun. And to everybody else who's watching out there, if you want to suggest a topic for the show, if you want to participate in the show, please come and contact me. Just write a message, anything like that, and we'll try to get on board. William, Tina, thank you very much for trying to participate with the show. I'm sorry it couldn't have gone better, but hey, that's just the way it goes. And that's it for me. You can just stop the video now. Goodbye. Yeah, I'm just going to keep speaking because that's just what I do. I just love to talk. I just love sharing my ideas and my thoughts. And I want to encourage you to go out there and imagine big things and take life in bite sizes. Just extend yourself beyond your comfort zone just a little bit. I'm going to be doing karaoke this Friday. No, nobody's invited. It's a company Christmas party, and I'm glad that nobody's going to see me doing it. But we have other stuff coming up. Okay, look, that's it for me. I got to go. I really have to go. Bye.